Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. What's good? So we got David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade being announced officially. It's going to go down on November 25th in Las Vegas. Great fight, great matchup, and it's great news for boxing fans for many different reasons. For the 168-pound division, we know Canelo Alvarez is the undisputed champion in that division, and everybody's gunning for that number one spot. David Benavidez has been vying for an opportunity to fight Canelo, since Canelo has been at 168. We know Demetrius Andrade has been trying to get a Canelo fight since they was at 154, 160. So it's a lot on the line for both guys in this fight. And the reason, like I said, for many different reasons, it's a big fight for Demetrius Andrade. This is his first, real live big time opponent, and something that could surely catapult him to his ultimate goal is to be undisputed, or to get in the ring and defeat somebody like Canelo Alvarez, to be able to put his skill set in comparison on the live big stage versus somebody that's highly touted and somebody that's regarded as one of the best fighters in the sport, like a David Benavidez. And for David Benavidez, again, he wins this fight, it puts him in direct line of succession to be able to get an opportunity to fight Canelo Alvarez, man. So great fight stylistically as well. You got David Benavidez, who's a big 168-pounder with a lot of power, got a lot of hand speed for his size, throws punches and bunches, a lot of volume, really good combinations, comes forward, got a good jab. Coming off of his biggest win in his career versus Caleb Plant, where, he pretty much, roughed up Caleb Plant and, got the victory, unanimous decision, hurt Caleb Plant a few different times in that fight and really showed his dominance. I got to say, I wasn't overly impressed with that performance. I thought David Benavidez could have been better, but again, that was his first big step up in competition. Demetrius Andrade, coming off of a fight versus Damon Nicholson, I wasn't super impressed with that performance either. And, they both coming off victories and, two undefeated fighters, man, with a lot on the line. I think this is going to be a great fight. Demetrius Andrade, a southpaw, he's only had one fight at 168, so it's going to be interesting to see how he deals with somebody the size of Benavidez. And, for Benavidez, I think you saw a little bit of the issues that he has with movers and boxers, guys that he got to get close to, guys that he got to actually, cut the ring off on and shit like that. You seen that he had a little bit of issues with Caleb Plant in the first half of that fight. And I mean, it's Caleb Plant. He got good feet, man, good boxing ability. He makes everybody have to work to get close to him. You saw that in the first half of the Canelo Alvarez fight. For the first 4 rounds, Caleb Plant, you could have had it 4-0 Caleb Plant in the first 4 rounds versus Canelo. He was moving that well. So, but I give Benavidez credit for ultimately closing the distance, getting rough with him. I didn't like, I think it was it Kenny Bayless reffing that fight? I didn't like how, he wasn't allowed to work on the inside. Hopefully it's a different ref this fight so Benavidez can do his work on the inside. But he going to have to be a little bit more forceful and a little bit more dominant. And fuck what the ref talking about. You're going to have to get in there and get nasty. You dig what I'm saying? And make your presence felt, because Demetrius Andrade, he's going to move too. And he's going to use his boxing ability, his lateral movement. He's going to use his distance control and try to keep you on the outside. But the difference between Demetrius Andrade and Caleb Plant is Demetrius Andrade is way more willing to mix it up and get on the inside with you and make it a scrappy fight. So I think that's another element of this fight that's going to make it very exciting and very intriguing and have you on the edge of your seat. Number one, it's going to be a chess match. It's going to be Demetrius Andrade boxing, trying to avoid the big shots of David Benavidez, playing chess, trying to put him in a position of where he can hit it and not get hit, swim without getting wet. And then you're going to have Benavidez thinking, calculate, how can I cut the ring off? How can I put him in a position to where I can get my shots off and, you know, either hurt him bad, stop him, or show the judges that I'm the one in control of the fight and landing all of the stiffer shots, all of the meaningful shots. So it's going to be a chess match for sure, but then there are going to be moments where Demetrius Andrade decides to mix it up with David Benavidez. Now, that could be to his benefit. That could be to his detriment. As far as his benefit, it could show David Benavidez, hey, you going to have to respect me. You ain't finna just walk in this motherfucker and think you just finna run down on me and that's just what it is. Now, you going to have to respect these punches, this fire that's coming back at your head. You feel me? So that's going to be a big thing for Demetrius Andrade. But at the same time, you stay in a pocket too long with a guy like David Benavidez who throwing hot shit, punches in bunches, hand speed, and power is dangerous in there. It's dangerous in there, man. So I'm excited about this fight, dog. Like I said, we haven't seen Demetrius Andrade on this level yet. So if you had to give the edge to somebody, you got to get an edge to David Benavidez going into this fight. You got to give it to him because, number one, he's bigger, he's younger, he's the more natural 168. He's a huge 168. Dude could really be fighting at 75, fuck around and be at cruiserweight one day. You dig what I'm saying? Big 68, been at this division his whole career. And Demetrius Andrade moving up. This is only his second fight at 168. He hasn't really fought a real 168 pounder, like a legit top guy in a division yet. And then on top of that, David Benavidez, he has more experience on the big stage. He's coming off of, I believe the Caleb Plant fight was pay-per-view, right? He's coming off of a pay-per-view type of a caliber of fight versus a guy who's been in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. He's coming off of his biggest win and being on that big stage. And this is the first time that Demetrius Andrade is getting that opportunity to really show what he can do on this level. So, you know, you got to get an edge to David Benavidez going into this fight. But I think any man can win this fight. It's really going to come down to who show up with the best game plan, who really want this shit, Mo, because like I said, it's a lot on the line for both guys. If Benavidez win, that's just another piece of added pressure put on Canelo Alvarez to give him that opportunity that he's been asking for the last few years. If Demetrius Andrade win, that right there is kind of like, hey, all right, Canelo, you said I was a terrible fighter. That's why you didn't want to fight me. I've been chasing you through 154, 160, and now I'm at 168. I'm at your front door. You rocking with the PBC right now. I'm rocking with the PBC. We both doing business with Showtime right now. Hey, I need that up out you, bro. I done knocked off the dude that everybody been saying you ducking. I need that smoke. You feel me? So it's so much on the line in this fight, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Who y'all giving the initial edge to? What do you think about this fight at first glance? You know, kind of break it down for me, man, and who y'all picking and why, because I really got to go back and look at more film of Demetrius Andrade in his last couple of fights, and then look at David Benavidez versus movers and boxers like Caleb Plant. I got to watch that fight again and really see what these two guys bring to the table. But I think no matter what we see on film, when they get in the ring on November 25th, we going to see an elevated level of what we've been seeing on film because of everything that's at stake in this fight. So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Contender regime boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.